Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, man. It's 5 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, more than likely you will be watching this video Saturday morning. So good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's bright and freaking early, 3 a.m., blah, blah, blah. Okay, from time to time, not from time to time, but pretty much every day, I look over my analytics, the demographics, who's watching my channel. And mostly it goes from men to women. I got to be honest, I love when women watch my channel. I just love women. But usually it's about 15 to 20% women. But here's the thing I want to talk about: the age groups. The age groups. A lot of times it's people, guys from their 50s, 60s, maybe even their 70s. Lately it's been younger guys, younger than me, in their 30s. And mostly in their 40s. The majority, like 40%, are about in their 40-year-old males watching my channel. So I don't know if you guys will be able to relate to this, because I want to talk about age. And I don't know if it's just me, because I'm a little different than, with my addiction, going through 25 years of addiction and then being clean and sober for the last 18 years. I thought, honestly, when I got clean and sober, I thought time would kind of go a little slower, because I'm cognizant now. I'm aware of every day of what I'm doing, what I do in the morning, my schedule and all that. So I thought time might go a little slower, as opposed to being in a haze, every day, day and night. And that's not the case. Honestly, the way it is I think just as you get older, time speeds up exponentially. Each year the time goes by faster and faster and faster, and you age. And here's another thing that I've noticed probably in the last 3 or 4 years is that I or people in general, I think, age quicker with each year. At first it was a couple of gray hairs back in my, what do you say, maybe early 30s, and then maybe in my late 30s a little more gray hair, so it's a slower process. Now I can actually see the wrinkles and the sagging from month to month getting worse. I want to talk about something else too. I'm going to get to this. I told you guys I lost 25 pounds. I did a video about this, that I had gone up to 215 pounds over Christmas. I had a physical back around Christmas time, 2023. And I usually wanted to be around 190. Today I am 190 pounds. I've lost 25 pounds in the last 6 months. And here, there's a good side and there's a very bad side to that. And I'll talk about that more in a second. Here's one thing I noticed, and it's kind of, I don't know if I should be scared, if I should be, freaked out about this, but right now I have maybe, to be honest, more than likely, I don't have more than 15 more years on this earth. I probably will not be here probably more than 15 more years, and more than likely not even that. I think about all the damage that I did to myself. When I have physicals now, a lot of times the doctor will bring up, have you been taking a lot of aspirin? They ask me questions about my liver, because I'm not sure. I haven't had very many extensive tests, but it seems that my liver, even though I eat healthy and I exercise a lot now, it seems I'm getting the feeling that I've damaged my liver and maybe my kidneys from 25 years of hard drug use. I remember one specific day. You don't know what they cut that stuff with. And I remember getting some stuff back when I was using about 20 years ago. And I did it. And I started to get worried because it didn't really affect me. But my kidneys actually, I started to get pain in both my kidneys. So God knows what that stuff was cut with. So, I think in general that, that I might live, for 25 years, I didn't exactly live a healthy life. And I'm pretty sure it's going to catch up to me. Let's get back to that, though. About 15 years. Here, I'll have a link down below. The average life expectancy. It's different in different states, okay? And I'll have the link to that down below. Connecticut is actually 7th for living to an old age. That's not bad at all. Massachusetts, Hawaii, California, Connecticut, all on the top. And 77 years. So that's 59 now. So, or 58 now. That's about 18, 19 years, according to the average life expectancy. But then again, it could be tomorrow. You know, I've learned that over the years. So, you know, seeing my friends go from all different, my friends, my relatives, you know, the older you get. And, you know, when I was younger, I thought I was invincible. You know, I think all teens do, until you actually start, you know, people around you start dying, you know, and then you realize how actually, you know, how easy it is. And it's coming for everybody sooner or later. And then, you know, you start to lose that invincibility. Yeah, so you know, I think there's a good side and there's a bad side to this. You know, the way I look at this, I don't know if I should be more freaked out. You know, that I'm, you know, there's nothing I could do about it. You know, at best, I probably have about 15 years left on this earth. I mean, I might have 20. I might have 30. You know, I might live to freaking 90 years old, 95 years old. But do I really want to? I'm not sure, you know. On the bad side of this, like when I started dating Audrey, you know, I fell so in love with this woman. She passed away herself, which is a testament to what I'm talking about here, because we would have never, we used to watch Ghost Adventures and the shows where they ghost hunt, you know, and we would talk about what we thought was in the afterlife. She was a firm believer. She was very religious. She's a firm believer in Jesus, and, you know, she's going to heaven, you know. And the freaky thing is, now she's there. She knows, in my head, she knows the big secret. You know, we used to discuss this, and now she is there. She's moved on to the other side, and that's just, you know, it freaks you out. But I remember when I started dating her, and the thing that made me sad was, I felt like I didn't have enough time. You know, I fell in love when I first fell in love with her. I thought to myself, I'm not going to have enough time with this woman. You know, I want a lifetime with her. I loved her so much. I wanted to be with her. You know, I wanted 50 years. I wanted 60 years, 70 years with her, you know, to experience all the stuff that I want. You know, every day I wanted more time with her. But we were both 50, 52, maybe 51 when we first started dating. You know, and the reality of it is we have a shorter, you know, we might not have all that much time. And it turns out I was, you know, it was right. She passed away. And that's another reason now why I could see she was pressuring me to get married. And back then I thought I had all the time in the world. I was like, what's your rush? You know, we just started dating 2 or 3 years ago. You know, I'd like to get married too, but what's, you know, let's enjoy every part. And now I completely understand. You know, now I would, and you know, now she's gone, and I feel so much regret for not marrying her. You know, and if I had married her, she might not have gone to Florida. She might not have got COVID. She might still be alive today. A lot of mites. Okay, now the good side, what I think is the good side of me probably not being here more than 15 more years. When I think about Donald Trump winning the presidency, I think about climate change, which is very real. I mean, you see how fast this world is heating up, you know, and it really seems like we're past the point of trying to fix it or doing anything with emissions or anything like that. We really screwed the planet up. You know, we kept shoving stuff under the carpet, and now it's full under the carpet and it's coming back to haunt us, you know. And when I look at this stuff, it almost makes me glad that I don't have kids, that I'm not going to be here for all that much longer, because it really seems like it's going to be torture. It's going to be a tough life in the future. You know, I hope I'm wrong, but okay, now let me get to this. The losing weight part. This is just what I guess what they call it, catch-22. So losing weight. I was up to 215 and I started to get, I hate man boobs. I got up to 277 when I was using, and I had like a C cup, man, you know, and I hated that. I love handles, you know, and all that stuff. And I swore to myself, never again. When I first got clean and sober, I wasn't a skinny addict. I was a fat addict. I wouldn't eat for a couple of days, and then I would pig out on junk food, and then I wouldn't eat for a couple of days, and that really screws up your metabolism. Okay, so I went up to 215, and the thing is now, as I put on weight, there's a good side to that. You know, I don't like the man boobs and all that, but the wrinkles start to get covered in. And this is the worst part that I've discovered lately. Like my arms, the crepe skin, the more I lose weight, it just gets rid of all the fat, and the skin gets loose now. So I actually look older, you know, so there's, you know, it's either be kind of chubby with man boobs and look a little younger, or be thinner and look a little older with droopy. You know, this starts to droop a little more. You start to see the wrinkles here. I don't know if I can get my arm to do it, but here we go. Oh, yeah, that's actually muscle there, but you know, it's loose. Everything's loose now, you know, and I get this. I can't know if I could get my arm to do it here. There's even on my muscles, there's this wrinkly. When I was riding my bike the other day, I'm kind of bent down over, you know, and I'm holding on to the handlebars, and I'm thinking, you know, I could feel my muscles bulging, you know. So I'm thinking in my head, I feel confident. I feel I must look good. And I actually look down at my arm, and there's just wrinkly skin hanging here, blown in the breeze. And you know, this is another weird thing too. When I'm out in public, I still think to myself, I see somebody in their 30s and their 40s, you know, a good-looking woman in their 30s, and I picture myself. I don't picture myself at 59. I see it like I'll see somebody's name, an age in the newspaper, 57 years old. And I'm like, oh man, that guy's old, you know. And then it clicks. I'm like, oh my God, I'm older than that guy. You know, I think that's a common thing. You know, I don't feel like when I picture, like I said, on my bike or out walking, I feel like I look like the people around me, like I'm in my 30s and 40s. That's what I picture in my head. But when I see myself in the mirror, when I see the reality of it, when I see myself on video, that is not what I see. It's scary. You know, I'm looking old, man. The worst, the absolute worst, is at nighttime. I've told you guys before, I lost all my teeth when I was using. I had them all replaced. I have $5,000 worth of dental work in my mouth right now. And a lot of times at night, I'll take out my dental work to clean and sit overnight or whatever for a while, and I'll put on my reading glasses, and I'll be laying around, you know, and I'll be reading a book. And I don't know if you guys, doing videos, I've learned this. Never take your picture looking down into the camera. You know, you look much better when you point the camera down looking at you, especially as you get older. You know, and all of a sudden it'll click on camera, you know, and like by accident, I'll see myself on my phone with my reading glasses, you know, and then in the light, I got all this gray hair. You don't see it now, but I mean, this is all gray. And, you know, the skin hanging down and no teeth. Oh my God. You know, I freak out. You know, I look like somebody in their freaking 80s, you know, and I'm like, oh my God. You know, I look so much older than I picture in my head. Time goes by, and every year it just goes by faster and faster. You know, spring, summer, winter, fall, spring, summer, winter, fall, spring, summer, winter. You know, and it just, and then, you know, I think I got, you know, at best, according to the census, at best I got 15, 18 years on average, and that doesn't include all what I put my body through for 2.5 decades, the poisons I put in my body, which must have had some effect. I mean, at best, I might have 5 or 10 years, you know, and I've seen, you know, and that's just, you know, 5 more Christmases. This is why, you know, I really I try to make a difference. You know, I kind of regret not having kids now, too. I've seen a lot of movies lately where I just watched a movie about a divorce, and it was kind of a Kramer versus Kramer thing. And there was a young girl that was suffering through, you know, the divorce. And I just start feeling these grandpa feelings, like so much love for, you know, I was like, oh my God, I'd love to, you know, have a little grandchild. You know, I'd spoil them, you know, and I'm starting to get these grandpa feelings, you know, and I kind of regret a little bit not having kids. You know, time goes by quicker. If you're a Gen Xer, I'm an older Gen Xer. Gen X is from 1965 to, I'm not sure, 1980 maybe. And you know what I'm talking about, you know, so the good side and the bad side. If you see my videos and I'm outside, like riding my bike, you'll see what I mean. I mean, I don't know how, but I look a lot better in these videos than I do in real life sometimes. And it's just, I don't know, I just got lucky with the lighting in here. All right, that's it. Let me know what you think, man. How old are you? Does time go by faster? What about your wrinkles? What do you think about the weight versus wrinkles thing? And, you know, children, I'm sure you're glad you had children. Let me know in the comments. All right, have a good Saturday.